Okay, now before I forget, let's do the ear and tie the head. I get the same color as the nose, the patch here, the same color, the darker color. I leave this tail longer because I want to tie a knot inside. Okay, so you just make a knot. This is just my habit of making a knot. And you chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And you go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook. This is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. You make single crochet. And you go to the next stitch, which is the last stitch, and you make 1 single crochet. And you have 1 ear. And you leave a little bit of a tail and cut it off. And I'm going to attach it here like this. Let me see. The eyes should be somewhere here. This is the line. And I'll attach the ear here. I will base on this middle line here. And this middle line here. We started off with a chain 5, right? So somewhere here. Right on top of the head. Not too far back because I'm gonna stitch this onto the pouch. So maybe, yeah. Here, I guess. So you will see this part here, it will curve this way. So make this the front because it's gonna curl. And I don't think that it will curl to the back. I think it should curl to the front. So I am going to pull this inside. Pull it inside. And the other tail, you just go to the stitch next to it. And you pull it inside. And you will have cute little ear here. So on the inside here, I will just tie a knot. There. And you can shape it around later on. Make sure you tie it tight enough so that the ear won't be like dangling. Okay, I'll come back to you once I have the other ear attached. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, now I'll give it some eyes and nose. I got myself another darker color brown. This is light color, this is brown, this is dark brown. If you do not have dark brown, you can still use black, it's still right. It'll still turn out right. So happen I have 3 type of brown. So I thought I'm gonna use it. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate on this patch here. Okay, I'm going to make 1 stitch here at this patch, and the tail I'm going to hold on to it because I'm gonna tie a knot later on. So the V shape should be around here. So I'm going to go to this corner of the brown of the nose, the patch, and comes out right in the middle because there are 2 stitches on the left and 2 stitches on the right. So I'm gonna come out in the middle and at the same time do this. Oops. Oh gosh, wait. Let me do that again. I should not interfere with this working yarn. Okay, let me do that again. You make the stitch here in this corner. Then you make it come out here. When you're doing that, do this. When you do this, we kind of pull this down and you have a nose. See, in this nose, at the bottom of the nose, there's kind of like a patch of grayish or darker color, which kind of looks nice. So I'm going to go for here, and I'm going to come up here, somewhere here, like 2 stitches away for the eye. Don't worry, if you find that it doesn't look right, you can do it again. Look at that, isn't that cute? Okay, now the eyes, I think I want it to be quite long, maybe 3 stitches away until the ear here. And find my way to the other side. It is in this row. Nope, it should be here. Let's see if the eyes is too long. Is it too long? I think capybara should have long eyes, right? So 1, 2, 3 here. Let's see. If I'm not satisfied, I can still do something about it. There, my capybara had just come alive. So this patch, don't bother about it because it's not supposed to be a nice round patch. It's just a patch of, you know, so long it does look like it has a separate color around this part. It looks kind of nice. I think I'm satisfied with this. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3. Is this 1, 2, 3? 1, 2. Is it too close? Until here. Maybe I should go until here. Yeah, let me do that again. I think all this is up to your discretion. There's no fixed rule to this. Whether you want it to be small eyes or big eyes, I think I'm going to go 1 stitch back. One stitch back. Oops. Because these eyes look kind of small compared to the other eyes. So 1, 2, 3 here, I guess. Let's see. There. Looks much better now. My capybara. Okay, I'm done with this capybara. Let's continue. And yeah, I get some stuffing later on. So I'm gonna cut this, and this 2 loose yarn here, the one for the eye and the nose. I'm gonna tie a knot. Make sure it's tight enough but not too tight. If not, the eyes would sink in and it would not look nice. There. This is just so cute. I think this looks crooked, right? Well, don't worry. It's not, the actual capybara is not that perfect either. We just want that one patch of gray, a darker color here. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do anything about this. I think it looked just nice because this is the middle. Yep. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, now row 11. Row 11, I'm going to do single crochet in the next 3. And let me add a marker. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do a 2 together, or you can call it a decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. This makes 1 set, and you should have 4 sets of this. 1, 2, 3, oops, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, and the last set. 1, 2, 3, and you decrease. Now the last row, I'm going to do decrease all the way, so you should have 8 sets of decrease. So this is 1, 2, decrease, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last decrease. And that's it. And you cut and leave a long tail. Not so long actually. Somewhere, wait, let me see. Okay, somewhere here, I guess. Oops. And you just pull this, and you're gonna add stuffing. The hole is still kind of big, so it's enough to stuff up. Oh yeah, actually I should cut a longer tail. I forgot. I can use another yarn because I'm supposed to sew this onto the back. I forgot. It's okay. I guess that should be enough. Ooh. Once I attach it to the pouch, I hope it looks as cute. This really looks out of the way, does it? But from this side it looks kind of nice, like kind of mustache thing. Okay, so now I am going to seal the hole. Just gonna put through all the front loop. I didn't count, but by right you should have 8 of it. There, just put through all the front loop and you pull. There, and normally I would make one stitch here to somewhere far, like here maybe. There. And now let me try and stitch it onto the purse and see what will happen. Okay, now the capybara is done. I think by right I should leave a longer tail to sew. I think, well, it could be long enough. Okay, I'm supposed to sew this here. And I was thinking that maybe I should sew it way at the bottom. It's kind of hard to adjust, I'm not sure, because here, if you have done kiss lock before, this part will sink in like this. Like this. So this capybara should be sitting here. It should sit this way. Okay, it should sit this way. This way it looks like it's slipping. Then we should, I'll try and see if I can make it come out like this, chuck out like this, so that you have a pouch with a cute capybara in front. Okay, now let me see. Because there's no stuffing inside here, so I can actually sew anywhere, anyhow. I don't think you can use glue. I mean, you can try glue up this part, but I prefer to sew. I'm the type who do not quite like glue, because I'm scared that the glue after a while it will come off. And if it's such a good glue, this part will be hardened and your purse will be, you know, it's not soft anymore. Oops, I shouldn't pull too tight here. Okay, wait, let me cover it up. I should make one more stitch, you know, so that when I pull, I don't pull here. Okay, I'll come out here. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and sew this cute fella over here. So you can just put in your needle inside and pull from the inside. I think I'm gonna make 2 stitches first to kind of hold it in place. Make one here and one here. Then I will sew it slowly. Like this. So this side should go to here and comes out here. Like this. Okay, it's holding well. So this part here, I'm gonna poke in to the back. This. and this side here, one more over here. It's a good thing that my bag is a darker color, so that you can see the capybara better, because when you have the same color you won't be able to see the capybara. So I want this part to chuck out. Oh, look at that, isn't that cute? I am truly a fan of capybara, but not the real capybara. Okay, I'll just make one stitch here because it's kind of difficult to stitch until here. Okay, maybe I'll stitch here. This. So you kind of pull. I'll try and pull as much as I can so that I do not want to see this. Okay. This 4 stitches is not the only thing. This 4 stitches is just to hold it, put it in place, so that I want to take a look and see that it is properly attached, that is not crooked. And once I'm satisfied with it, I will stitch all around it. Then the inside you would see the stitches. That's why I am going to use a cloth back lining. I'm going to sew a back lining, stuff it in and sew it at the side here before I sew this onto the back. I will come back to you once I have this nicely fastened. So I hope you get what I mean. I pull tight because I do not want to see this line here. I think I pulled tight enough. So now I'm going to sew once on the capybara, once on the back, and once on the capybara, once on the back, until I find that it does not really move. It stays intact, and I would tie a knot inside and hide the tail inside, or maybe in the capybara. You can hide it in the capybara, you know, like amigurumi. Put your needle through and fro inside the capybara. That's how normally we hide our yarn, the tail. And I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened. Okay, I have attached it nicely. So actually you can poke your needle right into the middle of the capybara and comes out here and go in again. So it, not only the sides here, the middle part is also kind of attached. And now, because to cover up those mess, you know, it's kind of messy, so I have to cover up that mess. Because normally when I make purse or pouch, I prefer to have it with lining so that whoever uses that pouch, your stuff will get tangled with all this yarn. So it's up to you. If you think you're making this pouch as a deco piece and you do not want to add lining, it's absolutely fine. You know, so long the things you put in, it does not tangle with all those, and you can just go ahead. So I'm going to make a lining. So happen I have this leftovers, so I just cut it into a square like this. I'm gonna sew the sides here. Let me see. Now, as for now, it's the same height, but by the time I fold here and sew it, I fold here and sew it, it would be slightly thinner. Maybe here and here. Sew here and here. Then you have an opening here. So it's like a bag, a mini bag, and then you just slot it in and sew the sides here. Then after that we can sew this onto the back. So as for now, I am not going to remove this just yet. Okay, I'm gonna sew this first. After I sew this, I'm gonna try to adjust this case lock on top here, make a few stitches and see if it kind of fits or whether it needs more. And let me give it a try now. Okay, for example, let's say it's like this. Okay, I'm gonna close the lock. Oh, okay. I think it's pretty good. I think this length is just nice. Okay, I think I'll cut the yarn. Because once I sew here, this part here will kind of go in a bit, like a pouch. So I have a mini pouch keychain with a capybara head. I'll come back to you and show you the perfect version. So I am happy with this length. I'm gonna cut the yarn. This is actually 20 row for this case lock, because I'm not sure about your case lock. Is it the same size or is it smaller or bigger? Because sometimes, you know, depending on the seller, there's so many variety. So you put in through here, you come from the back, you pull to make it like even. In fact, here if you didn't pull properly, still okay, because I'm gonna sew it onto the, you won't be able to see it. Just make one stitch here to kind of lock it, and just make this go through some of this. And you can actually leave the tail inside because there is going to be a lining covering it up. So I'll come back to you once I have this lining done properly. Okay, I've sewed the sides here. Here is the uncut part. This is a joint. I don't have to sew this side, this part here. So I just sew here and here. You don't have to sew very nicely because you can't see from here. Okay. So I'm going to put this in. Place it in like this. And I'm going to sew this part here to the back. Let me sew one part here to show you. Okay, all you do is you make one stitch on the back and you grab the bit from the lining. And when you pull, so you can't see the stitches. So actually it doesn't really matter what color yarn you use. Sorry, what color thread you use. So once you pull, you won't be able to see. I prefer to hand sew because if you machine sew, you will see one row of stitches here, which I do not want. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely sewn. Okay, I have sewed all around. Sorry for the sound of rain earlier on. It's kind of loud, I just realized. Okay, so this is done, this is done. Now I'm gonna connect it to the case lock. So the critical part here is I have to make sure, because this case lock faces this way, right? So, oops, sorry. So I want the case lock to be here, exactly on this capybara's head. So this part will be like this. This one will sink in like this, so the capybara is in front. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this capybara head, I make sure this 2 row is right in the middle here, exactly in this knot. So you're gonna tuck it in. You don't bother about this side first. We concentrate on this side. Tuck it in. Tuck it in as much as you can. And make sure this head is in line with this lock. Because when I close the lock, this side should be in front. Okay. It's hard to pin it down, so what I suggest is you get a needle. Here there are holes. Okay. You make sure the yarn, when you sew, make sure it goes through the yarn. Start sewing from the middle here. And you can either go left way or right way. Make sure you go through the crochet part and comes out this hole. I'm gonna do part of it first. Then the other side will be way easier. Make sure it's tucked in. Make sure it goes through the crochet part and comes up from one of the hole here. So here, same thing, you go through this hole, you make sure it comes out from the crochet parts. It's kind of difficult for me to hold it nicely now because I have a camera in front of me. No, I mean the phone in front of me. So you pull and all this will go in nicely. So once I sew all the way here, I'm gonna sew all the way back again and again, through and fro, until I'm sure this part is nicely secure. And take a look and see, if you close the lock, how does the back look like? So now I only sew this part. So make sure once you reach this end, you come back to this end. So this part here, there won't be any sewing because there's no hole here. So I'm going to sew until here, and I'm going to go back here. So I'm going to tuck in nicely again. It's supposed to tuck in like this. Keep coming off. So I hope you get what I mean. I'm gonna sew it nicely and I'll come back to you. So you make sure you do through and fro about 2-3 times. Make sure it's really tucked in nicely and really safety. I mean, it won't come off. Make sure there are no holes, and make sure it's sealed properly. This part you can't use glue. I'm not sure. Maybe you can. I haven't seen anyone who used glue. So you tuck in like this and sew. I'll come back to you once I am done with the whole bag. Okay, it's complete. I have sewn about 3 rounds. I'm pretty sure it won't come up easily. And let's see, so I'll lock it, and the capybara will be sitting right in front here, and this part here you can hang it onto your bag, your knapsack, or you can just hold it like this. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern as much as I do. Do subscribe to my channel. Do share this cute little video to others so that many more people would benefit from it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.